You can take a guy like Canelo. This guy can do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken up the boxing world by calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's latest fight. Known for his unmatched confidence and perfect record, Mayweather made it clear he's open to stepping back into the ring for another massive showdown. The idea of him facing Crawford, considered one of the most dangerous pound-for-pound fighters today, has fans and analysts buzzing. It's a matchup that injects even more intrigue into boxing's ever-changing landscape, and the anticipation is already running high.
Let me ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7-10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford kept his undefeated streak alive by defeating Canelo Alvarez via unanimous decision, claiming the title of undisputed super middleweight champion. The showdown took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and stood out as one of the year's most anticipated bouts. Moving up 2 weight divisions, Crawford entered the ring brimming with confidence. Despite Canelo's size and reputation for power, Crawford dictated the pace, using crisp boxing, slick footwork, and precise combinations to shut down those advantages.
What did you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the Spence. Look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, you have to take that into consideration.
For this matchup, Floyd Mayweather Jr. put his faith in Terence Crawford, backing him to beat Canelo Alvarez. Even though Crawford entered the fight as the underdog, Mayweather laid down a $50,000 wager on the moneyline at plus 148 odds. When Crawford earned a unanimous decision victory, that bet turned into a $124,000 payout. Beyond the win itself, Mayweather's gamble reflected not only his belief in Crawford's skill set, but also his sharp insight into the sport's dynamics.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're gonna hear from Crawford, and I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio, because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Mayweather has also made his stance clear in the pound-for-pound conversation, naming Terence Crawford as a top fighter in the world today. After Crawford's brilliant performance against Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather praised his discipline, skill, and ability to dominate across multiple weight divisions. To Mayweather, being pound-for-pound isn't just about collecting belts. It's about consistently proving yourself against the very best. In his eyes, Crawford has done exactly that, defeating elite champions while staying undefeated and firmly establishing himself as a man to beat in modern boxing.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has long admired Mayweather, not only for his mastery inside the ring, but also for the way he managed a career and built his legacy. Over time, that respect grew into a genuine connection between the two. Mayweather has offered Crawford bits of guidance along the way, and Crawford doesn't just listen, he applies it. Their relationship goes beyond simple advice. It's built on ambition, legacy, and a mutual understanding of what it takes to achieve greatness in boxing.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate.
Recently, Canelo made a surprising admission during a press conference, stating, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." The comment carried extra weight considering Canelo's first professional loss came at the hands of Mayweather back in 2013, when he was just 23 and undefeated. Against Canelo, Crawford delivered a masterclass, showcasing faster hands, sharp footwork, and tactical precision to control the fight over 12 rounds. Even after moving up 2 weight classes, Crawford was able to neutralize Canelo's trademark power with smart defense and pinpoint counterpunching.
It's from Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
After Canelo Alvarez claimed that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, fired back with criticism. He suggested that Canelo's remark was more of a strategic move to boost Crawford's reputation, which in turn makes Canelo's own loss look less damaging. Jeff also pushed back on the idea that Floyd wasn't in his prime at the time, insisting Canelo was actually at his best when he fought Mayweather. And while he acknowledged Crawford's talent, Jeff argued that no one has ever matched Floyd's defensive brilliance inside the ring.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose?
20s.
I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like he did something great.
Trainer Greg Hackett has also joined the debate over Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, making it clear that he still views Mayweather as a superior fighter. While acknowledging Crawford's brilliant win over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett argued that Floyd's defensive mastery and unmatched ring IQ put him on another level. He credited Crawford's skill set, but stressed that Mayweather's undefeated career and dominance across multiple weight divisions secure his place above Crawford in the all-time conversation. Hackett's view adds yet another voice to the ongoing debate about who truly defines this era of boxing greatness.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
And the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Eddie Hearn has pushed back against Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is greater than Floyd Mayweather Jr. according to Hearn. Crawford's resume doesn't stack up to Mayweather's, noting that several of Crawford's opponents were already past their peak when he faced them. While he acknowledged Crawford's impressive win over Canelo, Hearn argued that he hasn't built the same depth of victories across multiple weight divisions that Mayweather collected during his career.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault, his resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. It's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Carmel Martin recently reaffirmed his belief that Floyd Mayweather will always remain the GOAT. Even with all the current hype surrounding Terence Crawford's dominance, Martin stressed that Mayweather's flawless record, unmatched ring IQ, defensive brilliance, and sustained success across weight divisions set a standard that few can ever reach. While he gave Crawford credit, especially for his victory over Canelo, Martin argued that true greatness isn't defined by a single fight or moment. It's about longevity, consistency, and leaving behind an undefeated legacy at the very top. In his view, Crawford is an elite fighter, but Mayweather's legacy still sits on a higher level.
Where do you sit with this? Because 2 pound-for-pound greats of this era. Canelo, we see the resume. Crawford, 2-time undisputed. Potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford look a little bigger than. Yeah, for sure. So really just we're gonna see tomorrow. How it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. I feel like it's even playing fields, and both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is the greatest. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
In response to the constant comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr., Terence Crawford made it clear that each fighter should be celebrated within the context of their own era. He stated that he is the greatest of his generation, just as Mayweather was in his, and that there's no need to constantly draw direct comparisons. This reflects Crawford's confidence in his accomplishments and his determination to build a legacy that stands on its own apart from past legends. Following his historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, stressed that there's no rush to line up the next fight. He pointed out that Crawford just delivered one of the biggest wins of his career and deserves rest, not an immediate return to camp. After months of preparation and a grueling 12 rounds in the ring, McIntyre emphasized that recovery is a priority. Instead of focusing on future opponents, he encouraged Crawford to take a well-earned break, time to recharge physically and mentally before deciding on the next chapter of his legendary career.
You know what? We're going to get back in the gym. And we're going to assess that. And, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home.
And what for you?
Yeah. Damn. And for you? Hey, this is thing. Appreciate you.
What you saying about training a half a year?
We trained almost a half a year for that fight. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. Everybody.
Bernie the boxer, a close ally of Terence Crawford, voiced strong criticism after the Canelo fight, claiming they tried to rob us. He argued that the scorecards didn't fully reflect Crawford's dominance in the ring, with several rounds either scored too close or unfairly given away. In his view, Crawford dictated the pace, displayed sharper fundamentals, and consistently outworked Canelo, yet the judges failed to properly reward those efforts. Even with a unanimous decision victory, Bernie felt the margins didn't do justice to Crawford's performance. His frustration underscores how judging remains a heated issue in boxing, even when the winner is clear.
This is the second time he destroyed every myth. Can he take the punch? Is he strong? Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. We did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
within the pocket.
Turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed it. Crawford the best, man.
Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather brings a unique perspective to this matchup. Back in 2013, He handed Canelo Alvarez his first professional loss at a time when Canelo was still undefeated and rapidly rising. That victory remains one of the defining moments of Mayweather's legendary career, showcasing his unmatched defense and razor-sharp ring IQ. Now, years later, Mayweather has turned his attention toward Terence Crawford, the man who just dismantled Canelo. By calling out Crawford, Mayweather isn't just stirring fresh excitement in the boxing world. He's also reminding everyone that he still considers himself capable of standing toe-to-toe with the very best.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young. Yeah. And he was like, that was when he was
No, he was
prime,
in his
right?
prime,
Prime, and you're only 23.
23.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world. 23, so imagine that. But, you know, he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter, but I learned.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather calling out Terence Crawford could set the stage for one of the biggest fights in boxing history? Boxing Lover should Money stay retired and let Crawford carry the torch into the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you.